Growing up, my brother and I always had dreams of traveling to Japan, especially before the times of TikTok and YouTube, and it was a bit more mysterious. But flash forward 18 years from then, never did we imagine that we'd end up living there together. Cue the intro.
What's up, bro?
What's up, man? Bro, I know we talked about it before, but you totally got to get out here, dude.
Move to Japan. Okay. Yeah, I think we talked about it.
I know we talked about it, but you definitely got to get here, man. You only live once. You should come out here, bro.
I mean, I think I'm working on something though right now.
All right, bro. Well, I'm gonna let you think about it, but yeah, let's catch up about it later, bro.
All right, bro. I'll see you. Peace.
All right.
David, hello. Come to Japan. My name is Mao.
Yo, so we are in America right now, but we actually are living in Japan, and we've learned a lot after living for 4 months together in Tokyo. And right now we're on Christmas holiday, but we wanted to take some time to talk about how we got there, what we're doing there, and why we're living there, and why, you know, you may consider some of these things for yourself, but if not, we want to invite you along on this journey with us. And we're also going to be dropping tips on how we got there. And so maybe if you're interested in someone who's interested in maybe learning about what that's like, make sure to stay and watch to the very end, because we're going to drop some tips. So now we're going to talk about why we're doing this. Like, why would two brothers, like, why do I not live there by myself? You know, why did David come to Japan? You know, why are two brothers living there from Texas, right? I never thought that we would ever live here together, but I think that's why we're there now, and we're just starting. You know, it's only been, I think, around 4 months that we've been living there, and we've tried everything. You know, we're film production, and we're gonna keep experimenting. But I think, you know, there's a uniqueness about Japan where it's like they can use talent and people who can speak Japanese but are also very international. And so that's why he's working on Japanese. I'm continuously working on mine, and I think there will be unique opportunities there that can play out in ways that, you know, may not be everywhere else. But it's not only about opportunity, you just like it. Like, it's fun. It's a very unique adventure, so.
Right. No, I can definitely agree with that. I think the connections that you can make in Tokyo and Japan is just super powerful. It's like a really big city, the biggest city in the world. But like, once you find that connection, it leads to so many other ones that just intertwine, and that can lead into so many awesome experiences and deals and stuff. And so I think that's like a big why of why Tokyo, or Japan, wherever you choose to go, but specifically us, I feel like Tokyo and how that all happened.
So we don't know where it's gonna go, but we just know we're taking steps, and it's all you can do. So I think, you know, just takeaways from that is taking that leap of faith. I do want to say, like, you know, we've done a lot of crazy things, like work around Kanye West out there, and saw Baby Keem, and be in these rooms that I would never be in, because, you know, they have a need for people who can not only speak English and Japanese, but can also just be cool, be nice to people, be personable. And so that's all done through not necessarily being super charismatic, but just being able to understand their culture. And that comes with me also living there for 3 years, but I'm still learning a ton of stuff. I think another big why for us is the opportunities that are there. So yeah, that's why we do it. And hopefully you guys stick along for the journey. Yeah, we look forward to sharing more. So let us know any sort of ideas or things that you guys want to learn about. And I hope you guys continue to stay tapped in with us. So right now, as you can probably tell, we're back in the US on a short break, but I wanted to take this time to tell you a little bit more about how we got to where we are. Take a walk with me. So originally, how I got to Japan is during college, I decided to do a study abroad, and I read a book about like population shifting dynamics in Japan by Aziz Ansari called Modern Romance. It's really interesting, but he talked about how people in Japan basically aren't having any kids and talked about all the interesting things that people do. So like renting a girlfriend and all these sorts of things. And in college, I really wanted to get out of the US. That's when I decided that I would write a research paper, get it all funded, and get a scholarship to go to Japan. So I got a girlfriend, and then I started working for the Apple store, or I was about to, got an internship with the Olympics, and everything was going good in Japan. I'd been there about a year, and I was getting ready to build a life there, and then COVID happened, and all in 3 days, I had to move back to America, which was devastating. But I felt like deep inside of me when it was all over that, you know, I'm gonna find a way to go back to Japan. And that leads me to kind of now. I started working in Tokyo in September of 2022. And yeah, that's my story of how I got there. As far as how did David end up moving to Japan and why my brother ended up living with me and why we're living together, I'll leave that up to the man himself behind the camera.
So I started off in construction, just saving up a whole bunch of money, out in the sun, grinding in the hot heat, and no plans of really any time going to Japan anytime soon. So after all that, I was just saving up my money, just trying to buy my property. My brother from Japan, he comes over to America, we hang out, and he's starting to propose these ideas of coming to Japan. And we started talking about it. And it took a while, but eventually, after just going back and forth and me wanting to always get into entrepreneurship, whether it be real estate or owning my own business, it made sense. Moved to Japan, I'm there for 3 months, and run into a problem of, I can't stay any longer. I only have a tourist visa. So with me not going to college, that stops things from progressing of me staying any time longer. So we had a hurdle that we had to overcome, and that hurdle was just getting a student visa and being able to go to school in Japan.
Right now, we're in the car with Mr. Dave, and we're going to the gym. But just addressing what we do in Tokyo. So essentially with this camera that I'm shooting on right now, we help businesses with their video production. We honestly, at the end of the day, just want to be free, financially free, have a good time, but also work hard. And whatever allows us to be creative, but also make funds to help support our family in the future, that's the most important.